So what we're going to be taking a look at in this clip over here is going to be the basics or the fundamentals of how to ice skate. So I thought I'd post a video out, especially because this has been requested by one of the followers on Twitter. So while we had some spare time on the ice rink, we thought that we'd record a video on how to get used to or get to grips with the basics of how to glide and how to ice skate at the beginning. So to kick this video off, we're going to first take a look at the positions that your skates should be in. One of the things that I'll mention that is crucial is that you need a correctly fitting pair of skates. If your skates don't fit you properly on the ice, you'll find that they'll be collapsed in on your ankles or leaning out all over the place, and they don't really offer you any support, allowing you to control how you lean on the boot. So that's going to be number one. Make sure your skates fit properly. Number two is to understand that your skates have two edges. On the insides of the skates over here, these are referred to as the inside edges. On the outside of the skates blade over here, these are referred to as the outside edges. Your skate blade is actually in an upside down U shape, and that's what gives you these different senses of edges while you're on the ice. So remember, towards the inside of your thighs or the inside of the skates, this is inside edge. Outside of your thighs and skates, outside edge. So after understanding that, when you're learning the fundamentals of skating, you're going to be primarily on your inside edges. So that's going to sort of look like this over here. You're not going to be leaning out like that because that would be leaning on the outside edges. So once you get used to this position over here, keeping your skates about shoulder width apart for a good center of balance on the ice. And of course, remembering that athletic position, you want to have your knees bent very, very slightly so the knees are just over the toe caps of your skates. This allows you, along with keeping your chest up and your shoulders parallel to the ice, this allows you to keep the weight centered over your skates rather than leaning too far forward or leaning too far back. Because if I lean too far forward, my weight is going over my toes, and if I lean too far back, it's going over my heels. So just remember, skates shoulder width apart, good knee bend, keep your chest up, shoulders square. From here, what you need to get used to doing is, of course, being able to stand in this position over here with your skates parallel towards the direction that you're going to be traveling in. After you've gotten to this point, you want to be able to turn, for example, we're going to be using our right skate to get us moving. You want to turn your right skate to the side like this over here. And what that then allows you to do is, while you're in the knee bend, what you're going to be doing is using this right skate, again around the inside edge, as we mentioned, which means that this skate needs to be leaning like that, as we showed you earlier on in the video, because we're going to be using this skate to push us as we go forward. So once you get into this position over here, the way the push in motion is going to work is that the majority of your weight is going to be in my left skate over here. You're going to then use this right skate's inside edge you're going to rock the ankle or flex the ankle back and forth. You're going to flex it backwards like that over there and push off around the toe portion of the inside edge of the skate to get you moving forward. The way that looks like, without explaining all the rules while I'm doing it, is remember, skate shoulder width apart, knee bend, to the side, push off, and go. A very good way to build the confidence of learning how to glide is to push off and hold that position for a few seconds. So do the exact same thing again. Remember the knee bend, remember where your weight is, and you're going to be using most of your weight leaving in this left skate over here, using your right skate's inside edge around the toe section to push off the ice, remembering to flick your ankle over as you push into the ice to get you moving forward. You're going to try and balance most of the weight into your left skate over here as you drift forward for 2 to 3 seconds. So I'm going to push, balance, 2, 3, put both my skates down and rise up after I've done that. One more time. Start in this position here, push off, balance with the knee bend, stand up as both my feet go back down onto the ice. So since we've learned how to skate forwards or do the glide on one skate, which is the left skate over here, I'm just going to briefly explain the transition that you go from when you want to switch and then push off with the left skate as opposed to the right one. So the first position that we showed you was starting over here, remembering skates shoulder width apart, knee bend, turn the foot to the side, use the inside edge around the toe section, rock the ankle back and forth to push, balance, knee bend, straighten up as your other foot comes back along parallel to the other skate. And what we're going to talk about now is the transition that you go from now being able to turn the skate over and pushing to keep you moving in one continuous flow. So going back to the starting point again, the way this is going to work is that, as we said, when you were pushing off with this skate over here, the majority of your weight was in the left skate over here, the one that's going to be gliding along the ice. Until you bring this right skate back along parallel towards the other one, the majority of the weight is going to be in the left skate here. But until the skate returns back to the parallel side to the other skate, that's when the weight then switches over and becomes a bit more even in both these skates. What you want to do at this point is then lean over slightly more onto your right skate, and the way you do this is just by adjusting your shoulders so the center point of your chest kind of is in line with the skate that's underneath you. That's the way you kind of adjust your weight, depending on which way you want your weight to be. So if I want to lean on this skate, you can see that my chest is more over my left skate. If I want to lean on my right skate, you can see that the center point of my chest is more over my right skate. So I'll just show you how that looks like in one continuous motion. So we start off again, push off with our right skate, knee bend, glide. Weight is even now, leaning over. Weight is now in my right skate. Turn it to the side, push out again, and return alongside. I'll show you that one more time from a bit further. So push out, my weight is here. My weight is now here. Turn the skate to the side again, push out. My weight is here, and now my weight is evenly in both skates. So one of the other points that's very crucial is if you're a figure skater, freestyle skater, extreme skater, or hockey player or recreational skater, the beginnings and the fundamentals of learning how to glide, how to stride are all the same. It's only once you get to a certain point in learning and developing as a skater that you tweak the way that you skate. If you're a figure skater, then that's when you learn more edge control, more jumps and turns. If you're a hockey skater, that's when you learn to be a lot more efficient and more powerful and quick with your strides. But the fundamental basics that we're explaining in this video here are the same regardless of which sort of a skater you are. One of the things I'll just show you real quickly is just a full view of how this glide is going to look with one continuous motion rather than stopping and doing it in increments for you. There's two other points that you can also try and throw into account when you're learning how to do the glide or the skating forwards in a straight line for the first time, is you can either have one of those penguins or triangles out in front of you for you to hold on to. If you're a hockey player, you can use your stick to kind of alleviate some of your body weight to make it a bit easier to learn how to do the glide going forwards. And if you want to learn this without anything in your hands at all, but you want to get the balance thing sort of a bit more accurate and a bit more controlled, you can try putting your arms out. You can either have your arms out like this or like this. Don't lift them up too high because that creates a lot of tension in your upper body, but having your arms out really does help you learn how to control your body weight and how to balance while you're learning how to do this. But of course, do what you're comfortable doing. If you're comfortable with your hands by your side and using your hands to create more momentum as you're striding, that's another good way of doing it. It's just a case of figuring out what feels more comfortable for yourself. This is a very basic video. Hopefully you guys have been able to grasp the concept of gliding forwards. If you want more help with your skating, be sure to check out hockeytutorial.com, which is a website that will have tutorials for how to skate and also different hockey tutorials for players as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Check out the Facebook and Twitter links down below, and thanks for watching.